Yes, put it right on. Okay, that was Cole Rodriguez, and you got to hear a sample of her wonderful talent. All right. How you doing? Thank you for coming.
Glad to be here.
Thank you. Wow.
Always good to be part of a SOULKORE production.
Thank you. Thank you. We love having you. Thank you for blessing us with that piece right there. What was the name of it?
That was called Little Walter, and that was actually used recently in a competition to make the Lizard Lounge National Slam team. So I will be representing at the National Poetry Slam with the Lizard Lounge team from Cambridge.
Again?
Again, yes. This year actually, interestingly, they've been a great opportunity. The team over the last few years has been a great opportunity to travel parts of the country and be a part of some awesome poetry. But this year is happening in Cambridge and Boston.
Oh, good.
So this national event, is like a local thing for us this year. And so poets from the best of the best, I say, from around the country come to both perform and view each other as peers, and it's a really cool event.
Wonderful. So is this the second time you've done it?
This is actually going to be my third.
Third time, I wasn't sure if it was the second or third. Yep. Okay, wonderful. Wow. Okay, so I've been blessed with seeing you perform over the years, and you just get better and better and better as it's even possible. I don't know.
I appreciate that. That's very sweet.
Yeah, no problem. So for those who don't know, why don't you explain to them what a slam is all about, you know?
Okay.
And how, you know, you got to be chosen to be on the team.
Okay. Well, slam poetry, the only difference between slam poetry and regular poetry is that slam means that it gets judged, and it's somewhat of a competition between the poets. So also like rap battles exist, poet battles exist. And so an audience is chosen to listen to the original work of people and to their performance of it and give them a rating, and the scores kind of determine who the winner is from there. So it's an audience-judged sport. And kind of the idea behind it is that instead of having an academic judgeship, so like people that are maybe English professors or poetry teachers, the idea is to get an average audience person, like someone that isn't necessarily a poetry student, that you're trying to reach them as a listener and get them to understand your work and appreciate the art form. That's really who the judges are. So yeah, that's essentially what slam is it's a forum of poetry being judged by the average Joe. Wow,
thank you, because I kind of knew, but I never really got an official description. So now we all know.
Yeah.
Now, how did you start? How did you know that you had this talent? How did it?
I didn't actually. To be honest, my first discovery of it came from working with young people. I'm a teacher, and in the realm of writing rhymes with them and working through the process of poetry and rhyme writing, we all shared work with each other, and my work was included. And so, just as I gave them feedback, they gave me feedback, and it instilled a bit of confidence in me. And then a gentleman friend in Boston who is like kind of a big arts guy took me around some poetry slams, and I said, I think I might give one of those a shot.
Yeah. Oh, so, wow. Look at you now.
And the rest was kind of history from there. Yeah. It's been a really great opportunity to be exposed to the various arts that are happening across the country, and just see that there's lots of different kinds of thinkers and performers that have words to share with the world and thoughts to share with the world that are pretty cool.
Wow. What a great experience. Who knew? So how long have you been doing this?
I think I'm now going on almost 4 years.
Already? Wow.
Yeah.
I'm saying already because
it does. Time does seem to fly, not just in poetry. I think life can be like that.
And it's because I know you've been doing it for a while, but it's just like, wow, like you said, time flies.
And now my interest in it has kind of expanded more into teaching with it, using it as a tool for teaching. So you're kind of combining teaching with the art of... Yeah, and so sometimes it's used as a tool of teaching something else, and more often lately it's used as the actual subject matter, which is pretty cool. There's universities locally and a lot of middle schools and high schools that are considering that poetry and spoken word performance are an actual valuable part of curriculum. And so I'm really hoping to continue to make that understood for folks.
The sky's the limit.
Because there's a lot of young poets out there that need to be heard.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that's really... So I was going to ask you, so where do you teach, or where, you know?
All over Boston. I'm actually in lots of different level institutions. So sometimes I'm in universities, sometimes I'm in high schools, and sometimes I'm in middle schools. Locally, I'm actually at a middle school in Revere and in Charlestown. Okay. And so I'm hoping some of my students might be watching.
Yes, definitely. I hope so too. And now, Lizard Lounge, I've seen you perform there several times. And so the team representing Boston or Cambridge, it's the Lizard Lounge team, is that what it's called? Now, you know, I know Jeff. I love him, Jeff Robinson. Shout out to Jeff. So, like, how did this particular, I know it's like one of the longest running, but how did this particular venue become to be, you know, where you all gather, and it's really an awesome time. I haven't been there in a while. I got to go check it out once again. But how did Jeff?
It's like team come to be?
Yes, exactly.
Well, the Lizard Lounge has poetry every Sunday night. And so every week they have a slam. And every week they have a featured performer, and every week they have an open mic. And so they're just kind of a regular venue. And then for a certain portion of the year, the end of winter into springtime, anyone that wins the slam qualifies to try to get into the rounds for competition for the team.
And I've been there before. It's really exciting.
Yeah, it gets pretty competitive because Boston has a lot of great poets. And so the best of the best kind of get whittled down to 16 semifinalists. And then those 16 semifinalists get whittled down to 8. And then the top 4 of those 8 become the team.
That's you.
Yeah, I'm amongst a great squad. I'm amongst a great squad this year.
Who else made the team?
Harlem 125, a gentleman named Scripture, and Portia. So
okay, wow.
We are a force to be reckoned with, hopefully.
Okay, so when's you said it's this year, it's in the Boston, Cambridge area.
So the second week of August. So I believe beginning kind of the Thursday of that week, throughout the city you'll find all different venues having activities, slams, and poetry events, and then the culminating event is likely that Saturday night at Berkeley School of Music, where the finals of the best in the country happen.
Oh, okay, wow. So we'll definitely look forward to that in August. One last question. So you said you were traveling with them. So what are some of the places where you go where they have the other battles take place?
Well, we visited Florida, Wisconsin, Minnesota. We've also done locally New York and Providence and New Hampshire, kind of the New England area. And I am having the opportunity for the first time this summer to go to Bermuda.
Ooh, exciting! Nice and warm and gorgeous.
Yes, hopefully.
Thank you so much, Cole.
Absolutely.
And
thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you. So how can, if people want to know, if they want to be taught, you know, I know you said you want to do teaching or any kind of additional information, how could they contact you?
Facebook is usually a pretty good way to find me, is to send me a message on Facebook, and that's a good way to get me to talk.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out with us in our first SOULKORE Sessions.
Absolutely.
And we'll definitely have her back. I know it. Thank you so much. This has been a great show, and we hope you join us. Look out for us again here on MATV. And my name's Nomadic. And thank you, Team SOULKORE. Great job, everybody. And we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Yeah. Ro Jones. More rhymes on the hook. Consider this. Yeah.
Would you consider me for your love? Would you consider me for your kiss? Would you consider me for your touch? Would you consider me?
Consider this. I could be your first kiss.